How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Kai here. Today we're back for the fourth and probably one of the most heated fucking episodes of the season with my boy Alistair Woods. It's the big one.
Hey yo,
How are you doing, Ali?
yes, I am excited. I am actually quite excited to be honest. It's like, it's just, I love North London derbies, so.
Yep, Ali just said the
Because of
name of
one
it there. Yep, it's the North London Derby. It's a big one. It is the game as an Arsenal fan. If you don't do this, you're not an Arsenal fan. No offense, but this is the game where you literally the fixture lists come out and you check who you play first and who you play last of the season. That's what I check first. But then the next thing I check, fuck checking for United, fuck checking who you're playing at your New Year's, fuck all that. You check for Spurs.
Yeah.
You check for Spurs. When are we playing the scumbags? When are we going to get our 6 points? That's what I'm looking at. Like, it don't matter for shit. This is, for me, I don't know about you, but for me, this is the best derby in England. This is the best derby in England.
Oh yeah.
There is no match like it.
Nothing,
Like,
no.
screw the
Nothing
Merseyside,
comes close.
screw the Manchester. Like, nothing comes close to how heated and how mad these affairs can be. Like,
Legit.
yes, we're not. Yes, both teams aren't battling out for the title. However, it is just a madness. Like,
You literally will name another derby where people are threatening to like break other people's legs. So
Like,
it's just
the-
like essentially like almost Turkish football but placed in England.
well, that's the thing. Other derbies that I would say is as good is probably the Rangers Celtic, if not better, because that's a madness. And you know, like as you said, Turkish clubs, Turkish derbies are
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
madness.
Jesus. Legit.
And then I'd probably say
It's just barbaric.
I'd say another hectic one is Villa Birmingham. That's one that actually gets pretty heated.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Probably,
Like,
as of late, probably Watford and Everton.
yeah.
Because of the whole manager crisis.
Yeah, but that's not really a derby. It's not
Yeah,
like history
yeah.
and all that and whatnot.
Yeah. But
I'm excited. We're recording this on the day, a few hours before. It is a preview one, as we said that we were going to do before. So obviously we're going to get into a few things. Obviously, first things first. You know, we want to sort of put our what's the word, like commiserations, like sort of like hopes and sort of thoughts with Luis Enrique for his loss of his daughter. Like, you know,
oh yeah.
losing the battle to cancer and everything, really bad. So thoughts are with him. But on top of that, you know, it's kind of a sad time at Arsenal, although it's all going positive, because we just lost Nacho Monreal to Real Sociedad.
Yeah.
6.5 years
Yeah.
service. Never complained once. Shows Laurent Koscielny how you leave a club. Like,
Yeah. I think. Well, it's to be honest, I think majority of the people, well, majority of everyone saw this coming at least, with the rumors being spread around of a Sociedad game, look to be closing in, but I'm just now more terrified of what are we going to play for at the back as Kolasinac being that left back, and apologies for the static electricity, but it's shaky if he does start like that. So could we see the start of a five back? But
well, obviously we're going to get into that in a minute. Like, what
Yeah.
we think we're going to be playing now. But obviously that does beg the question, obviously, does this now mean we go to a free back, which this changes things even more? Last week we saw Emery change the team already with formations and trying something different. Now he's got to persist for a few weeks until Tierney's back with Kolasinac. But,
yeah,
you know, obviously losing Nacho is big, but obviously we have got the replacement, but he's just not fully fit yet.
yeah. It's, Yeah, even still, I felt like Ceballos. He's just oh, no, that Monreal. He was actually not bad for the start. It was like I was think. It just got me thinking about that Burnley game. It's just like just the way that he sort of just does the 1-2s. He's one of the few fullbacks that we have aside from Bellerin and maybe Tierney in the future that can actually play those sort of 1-2s and sort of get those cutting in lines. I'll miss him on the corners as
Yeah,
well.
my
I
only
think.
like Nacho will always pop up with a goal, and I think
Yeah.
Nacho also with Nacho he always gave 100%, no matter what. Like
Yeah.
although his legs
Yeah.
have gone, you can see his legs are gone. He's being turned left, right, and centre. But
Mm.
like even at the start of the season, like Burnley were ripping him apart. But at the same time,
Yeah.
he always put 100% in no matter what. It's just now, you never know if maybe someone like David Luiz can help Kolasinac in the back four or whatnot with his
Maybe.
experience of having shit left backs. Like, after Ashley Cole, you
Maybe. Yeah.
think Chelsea have never had a solid left back. Like, I know people will be like, oh, Marcus Alonso, but he's basically the Spanish Kolasinac. He pushes up way too much. He can't defend.
Yeah.
Everything like that.
Yeah.
So you never know if someone like David Luiz can help him. But, is this a guaranteed 3 points? Because for me, with this game, form goes out the window. It doesn't matter if you're in a bad form or good form. And we all know both teams are going into this back on the back of a loss. However, it seems like almost a complete 180 on the fact that last season before, past like 3 years, we've always gone in as the underdogs. But for some weird reason this
Yeah.
year, Spurs seem like they're the ones who are in a crisis and like everything's about to fucking explode, and I'm loving every minute of it, seeing them being in an
Yeah.
utter meltdown. But for some weird reason, we're going into this with them being the underdogs. And everyone's saying, no, Arsenal are going to batter them 5, 6, 7. And it's like, okay, is this an easy
So,
3 points, or do you think everyone's gassing Arsenal up too much? Like,
yeah. I think with the system that we have in place, I just I can see us winning this. But obviously, the last year when we won 14, we had Bellerin, we had Rob Holding. So there's a little bit of concern on whether it's like because obviously it's not the same 11 that faced Tottenham last year, and I can't imagine Tottenham looking any different. Oh, they've got um uh as of late that's looked any decent is I can't remember his name now. Um Lucas, but obviously now that if it is scenarios going to change with that starting lineup? I don't think
the
so.
thing
But I
is,
think with the same starting 11, we can win.
the thing is with Poch, I don't think he rates Lucas Moura, even though Lucas Moura has been like their best performing player over the past 6 months. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I think he's
Especially towards the end of last season.
you
Yeah,
you know Kane is always going to get in that team because they have no other strikers. But then
yeah,
I feel like with Ericsson, he's just he could be playing shit. He can be playing awesome. He can be playing bad. He could be throwing his toys out the pram. But they just chuck him in because they have him. That's the thing.
mm,
Like at the moment, I truly
yeah,
believe by the end of the European window, which ends what tomorrow or like next week, whenever it is, I feel like
yeah,
he won't be a Spurs player because they have the risk of losing him on a free, and I don't think they're gonna want to do that, depending on the money. But
yeah,
I think Poch as well. Everyone's always like, "Oh, Poch is this great guy. Poch has brought us so far. Poch has done shit. Fuck off. Like, he hasn't won a trophy yet. Yes, he's made you top four contenders. You bottled the title numerous times. You're not even in the title race. Like,
Yeah, it's a tough argument that you could bring to the table because is it Pot's fault or is it just Tottenham's fault? So it's like I ain't gonna put blame on one manager specifically because the whole club is a bottle
no,
job.
no, no.
So I think
I think, what's their owner's name? Daniel Levy. I think
yeah,
he's. I think at the moment, Pochettino's fighting to keep players happy when no one wants to be there, which is the funny thing. But then on top of that, I think
mm,
Daniel Levy's fighting to keep the manager happy because you need to remember, like, it was just last season, Pochettino's constant, and the season before, Pochettino's constantly flirting for the Man United job. Whenever United sack a manager, Pochettino's like, wouldn't mind the Man United job. But then, like, in the press conference, he's like, I don't want to talk about Man United. But then they end up talking about Man United. And it's like, honestly, with the
he's
way in
not
which
really dead in it.
things. Yeah. Like, it's basically the Eden Hazard situation with, like, Real Madrid. For,
Oh,
like, 4 or 5 seasons,
yeah.
Hazard's like, I want to go Madrid, but let's not talk about Madrid. And it's like, ends up at Madrid. But it's just, with the way that Man
That's
United are
happened.
playing, and Solskjaer, I can see Solskjaer being sacked before Christmas. I can honestly see by the
Yeah.
end of the season Pochettino being a Man United manager. Honestly.
And then doing the exact same bottle job.
Yeah.
Rashford ends up just being not a great striker. He's a
Like,
striker, not a great one.
but, obviously, there's a lot of question marks over Spurs for their, like, 11 today and whatnot, because obviously he hasn't been playing. The weirdest thing is Alderweireld's the one that wants to walk out the door. Alderweireld's made that clear. He's not signing an extension. He can be signed up for free at the end of this season or whatnot. He's made it clear,
Mm.
I want to go. But my man Poch prefers to play Alderweireld over Vertonghen, who's like the one who actually wants to stay. Is he confused because they're both Belgium? Like, because he's not letting
It's
Vertonghen
just,
play, forcing him to sit on bench, while the other one that doesn't want to be there gets into the team. Like,
I like the whole scenario is so confusing because obviously they got Sanchez, but even him, he doesn't even look that good
he's
anymore.
just pace.
It's just like it just looks like a buy that just has a little bit of more game time.
Literally, he
So
just looks
it's
like
like
an Eric Bailly. Like, just pace. Doesn't bring any actual defensive qualities. Like,
legit, like I think it was proved last year because obviously once as soon as they start playing more open, he's not actually that defender that can be pitted one on one and then win that ball.
yeah.
So I'm to be honest, I'm just looking at that top of the defense and I'm actually happy for once. He's
It's
even
not
now.
only just the defense. You need to think as well. Lloris hasn't been the keeper he
He's been
was.
nowhere near. Yeah,
Like,
he's had the check effect.
it seems like since that Euros final, yes, he went on to win the World Cup, but that's because a glorified 19-year-old superstar carried France, Mbappe.
Yeah,
But
legit.
like, it seems like since Euros, since that last minute, like, fucking Edo goal, he just hasn't been the same, Loris. Because he's been caught drink driving, man's been stressed, man's still at Spurs, he's depressed. But, like,
Still at Spurs.
yeah, like, there's all this talk of, like, oh, Courtois going Madrid and whatnot. Man's probably crying, like, that was my one last big move. I could have gone Madrid, but they took a big nose fucking shit Belgium cunt to go play in there. But,
Oh,
where is this battle going to be won? Because the midfield, I think we're more solid than them in midfield. I honestly think we're better in defence,
oh yeah.
even though
Oh yeah.
we're playing a fucking centre mid and right back and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It just looks more
Because
like midfield. It's just like
No, go on.
they've got
Yeah.
like the two starters this season, Harry Winks and Sissoko.
I'd rather have Granit Xhaka.
Those two are starting. So yeah, legit. We've got Guendouzi, Joe Willock, Granit Xhaka on his day can actually be all right. And even
Torreira.
Ceballos
Oh.
and Torreira.
Torreira.
So we have
Oh.
five.
Yeah.
So we literally have five starters. It's and Tottenham have two.
The
Harry
thing is,
Winks
as
is
well,
their
is like
flying midfielder.
everyone's forgetting we still got Özil. Like,
And does.
no, but
Oh, it's because Ericsson's practically lost on his position now. Is it left mid, right mid, cam? So it's just like
yeah, no, but the thing is as well is like Carl Walker Peters. There's rumours of him being injured, so they have no actual right back if he's injured and everything. So that probably means
Yeah.
they're playing three back. So that means Vertonghen will probably come back in, unless they want to try and play Foyth again, which I don't mind Uber ripping him a new one again. So it'll probably be Vertonghen, Sanchez, and Alderweireld.
so good,
Yeah.
so good. Oh my
But
god.
the thing that makes me laugh as well is like, Davis got injured last season or whatnot, and he's been recovering from his injury. But yet they were about to sell Danny Rose to Watford. He was at Watford's training ground, training there, getting ready to sign the contract. But then they're like, "No, come back, come play for us," and he doesn't actually want to be at Spurs.
Gareth Bale.
Yeah,
It's another Gareth Bale.
they sold Trippier but never replaced him. Honestly, has the Wenger effect gone that far across North London? Like, all they need to
It
do
must
now
have
is sell Harry Kane to United. That's all they need to do. They're going through the Van Persie era. Like,
Start bringing in that random French striker. You always just sell Yaya Sanogo.
yeah, true. No, but before we get a bit more carried away,
He's the same as Kane. Or like only any difference is like he's just not a great finisher.
would you?
Carragher's a better player. When Sanogo's got a better touch, mate.
All right. Where, like, as I said, where's this battle being won? Is it being won up front? Like, do we unleash the front three? Do we unleash Pepe, Laka, and Uber? Do we go for the throat? Like, from minute one.
The thing is, we can. The potential is we can. We can level out. We can pit every single player in that midfield, and we can beat them one-on-one. Guendouzi can take on all three of Tottenham's midfielders, and he'll still get past it because now Ndombele isn't actually playing for the match.
He's
He got
injured, isn't he?
last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who else are they gonna play? Because obviously they do like a 4-3-1-2, don't they? So who else is gonna actually play in that centre mid role? We don't actually know because
I wouldn't start Guendouzi, to be honest.
No, probably not after last week.
Nah. Like, with the players that are available now, I think out and out, Torreira has to start. Don't care.
Oh, yeah.
Torreira has to start.
I'll tell
You
what,
need
I-
his
I
bite,
prob-
his
I
fight.
Probably do. I'll probably do like a three in midfield, Guendouzi, Wellick on the left, and then Torreira on the right. Because I just think like
So you drop
I just
Ceballos.
think, being honest, part of me is like yeah, but then there's a part of me is like
You need them, like in this game, you need them balls that just loop over the top.
But true. But it's just like it depends on how the game goes. If we start off just bouncing, Joe Willock would be perfect in that team. I think he'll play his heart out, and I mean, out of the one of the few players that did play well against Liverpool, he was one of them. Like I just think, like when he got the ball, he was like, well, I wouldn't say composed, but it was like he was one of the players that made an impact.
That is true.
So,
Joe is actually an academy graduate. He will know what this game means. He's an Arsenal
yeah,
boy.
So
Like,
yeah, so I just think, like obviously it would be brilliant if Ceballos starts. I haven't really got much of a problem because he's a quality player, but I just think on this kind of game, when it just be better just to chuck in that Joe Willock and just get him
I think
running because I think because by the looks of it now, Emery is starting to like Willock.
prefers
Honestly,
Joe.
yeah, I just
I think
it was
Joe's his
it's quite
Nkulu.
referring.
Because remember at PSG
Legit.
he had Nkulu and he really liked Nkulu and he actually wanted to bring him to Arsenal, but obviously he ended up
Yeah,
going, was it Leipzig or was it Real Betis, one or the other.
yeah. It was a
Um,
Leipzig,
yeah,
I believe, wasn't it?
yeah,
Yeah,
but Emery wanted to bring him to Arsenal, but I think he sees Willock as that sort of Nkulu type, that energetic box to box, and he loves them type of players. But I think the other question
yeah.
that needs to be asked is something that I asked you like 2 weeks ago when he came back into training.
Hmm.
If Mesut is there, do we put Mesut in, or do we just keep him on bench? Like, I don't think it's a game to chuck him in,
No,
but
yeah, I would probably stick to bench
yeah,
because obviously, because this is such a gamble because he's actually at home, so he might actually have a decent game.
that's what I'm saying. We're at home. Like, do we chuck him in? Because he never performs away from home. But then it's a derby. If you chuck him in, he has a shit game. You know the fans are gonna go
Turn on him,
ham.
and then
Nah.
yeah, and then they'll play the next game at home, and then they'll play it unbelievably well. Start away, then next thing you know, just getting slaughtered. Like knows he was nowhere near, he was nowhere to be seen. So it was like I would just probably keep him on bench. He's a
Yeah.
quality player to have.
All right.
So I think yeah.
Considering we're talking about the one
What do
to
you think?
11 so much, let's
Yeah.
get straight into it. Like, I think we're just too hyped to sort of focus on a certain subject about where we're gonna win the game or whatnot. But
Yeah.
like, I think in our minds as well, it's at the Emirates, and in our minds, it's like we've only lost once to at the Emirates to them, which was in the League Cup last season, and
Oh
everything.
yeah.
Which, come on, man, it's the League
We
Cup.
didn't
No one
even.
gives a shit.
Yeah, we
Like,
didn't even like. I don't think we even like couldn't be asked to play in that match because it was played Europa League the week before and
no,
we
we,
were
we, we
practically
were
dead.
playing well, but it was Mickey. Mickey fucked up. Mickey missed
Yeah.
the chance to go like 1-0 up, and then yeah, Kane and Dele Alli scored. Fucking Petr Cech and goal. Yay. But no. Anyway, thank fuck he's retired. If
Yeah.
he was playing this match, I'd be having a
Oh
heart
no.
attack. No. Basically, 1 to 11 time. Obviously in goal, no questions asked. Bert Leno, like
But Leno, yeah.
best keeper, proven
Yeah.
himself. Double save last season.
Yeah.
Like,
Uh,
he's gonna
so,
be down for this.
yeah. Oh, okay. So back four. What do you think? Or back five?
The thing is, I think it's about time Emery sticks with a formation. And I feel like in his mind he wants to play 4-2-3-1. But the thing is now that we've sold Nacho, it now begs the question, like, are we gonna go three back? Because we have the defenders to go three back. Because we have three centre halves
Yeah.
fully fit. So,
Yeah.
well, never know.
Just one
It could be
game,
four
and
because
then we'll just
Rob's.
be like, Jesus.
It could be
Yeah.
four. Rob could be on bench because Rob's actually played full 90 minutes the other
90
day,
minutes.
and he's fully fit now.
Yeah.
But I think it's too early
Yeah.
to chuck him in. Like, I think you would still be risking him. I think you need to bring Rob in after the international break, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. It's one thing playing in the under 23s, but like to
Going straight into a North
boost
London derby.
yeah, like that you're asking a lot. So yeah, yeah, Um, yeah. I think the weird thing is
Should we do
like
two? Should we do a 4-2-3-1 and then do a three at the back? Like,
the thing is because Emery, he's a bit of a tactician. Like, obviously, you could realise that from the Liverpool game. Like he'll because he wanted last week to pit Pepe and Aubameyang in a 2v2 scenario when Robertson and Trent. And just thinking about it, with Tottenham's attack, it's a 4-3-1-2, so it's pretty narrow as it already is, and so the fullbacks will only provide the width. And I think if we did play with a fullback, I think Kolasinac might be able to get away with the system because if he just because doesn't necessarily have to watch someone. If he just tucks in to like another almost like another centre back, which he has done in pre-season actually, um, I think he might get away with it if he because obviously it's because the only player running down that right hand side will be Kyle Walker Peters, and if he runs down that side, he has to worry about Pepe getting in behind him. So
So what? Are you going three back or four back then? Like,
I would probably say four back for me, like
right. You
with the
do a four.
formation that
You say a
yeah.
four back. I'll go three back.
All right.
All right.
Well, so yeah, who obviously your three would be David
My
Luiz,
three centre halves: Socrates. No, Chambers on the right.
James, right?
Socrates in the middle as the beast in the middle
Yeah,
because I think he needs to sit there. He needs to stay, and then David Luiz on the left. I think this is a big game for David Luiz to cover Socrates, and if the balls do get in there, he needs to win the balls, and this is where I think he's key. Where Spurs have fuck all in midfield, I think his balls over the top into the midfield are going to be very important. Like from releasing the ball
yeah.
from the back and everything, because we know David Luiz can ping a ball. So
Yeah.
my three will be Chambers on the right, cover Maitland-Niles, do the running, Socrates in the middle to sit
Yeah.
there, and David Luiz to ping the ball and
Yeah.
everything.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty good. Um, then yeah, what would you say midfield wise? Because obviously I mentioned Kolasinac, our left wing back.
Right wing
Um,
back, obviously Maitland. Obviously Bellerin
yeah.
and Tierney are close to being back into full training. As soon as they're back, flat back four. But
Yeah.
obviously, if they're not available for this game, we're going based off what's available. So two in midfield. Torreira, as I said, he's got to start. But then I'm just thinking about the players we have available. And Guendouzi
Oh
is
yeah.
not fit for this game, in my opinion. I can't start him. But then I don't see Ceballos as someone who can just sit. So this is going to fucking... Ah.
I already know. Do you want me to spare you the pain?
I have to go Xhaka. I don't want to. I don't want to. But I'm gonna have to because I don't think I think Willock can do that job, but you need experience in this game. And
Yeah.
if you're
Torreira's
talking
really
about
got to
our
bring the fight.
if you're on about our two most experienced, I think Xhaka's. I can't believe I'm saying this. I think if you're playing the free back system, I think Xhaka receiving the ball from David Luiz is going to be key to releasing the ball into the front three
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
everything. And then Torreira is just Torreira. He's going to clamp everyone out left, right, and centre. So VAR, please don't screw us over here. Let the little man hack people out for fun.
Yeah.
And let Papa
Let
punch
him,
a few
let him
people in the
tear.
face.
I was about to say let him tear a new one for Deli Ali, but he's not even playing
He's
that.
not in.
Oh,
He's
weird.
injured. Um,
Yeah.
and then my front three. It's pretty standard. We all know what I want. Pepe on the right,
Yeah.
Uber on the left, and
Okay.
Laka is up front. Right. I think that's enough to get the job done. Obviously, it leaves us kind of short on the bench, but then you have people like Reece Nelson, Joe Willock, Danny Ceballos, Mesut Ozil. It's actually quite a strong bench now that I'm reading it out.
Yeah.
Gabriel Martinez. You have all of them
Yeah.
ready to come on if they need to. But
Yeah.
your starting 11, as you said, you're going four back.
Yeah. Fullback. Maitland-Niles outright. I think you should stick with Socrates and David Luiz. David Luiz has dealt with Kane before, and he majority of the time he smothers him out.
That was before
We know that
VAR though.
Yeah, but I think with the VAR, I can tell that they're not taking a huge impact in the game. So I think it's only like for like the crucial, absolute necessity decisions, but majority of the game is still very much the same.
Yeah.
I guess it's just off. I guess it's just offsides, and just when if a team scored a goal, then they'll just review it. It's just top to bottom. But like I think I think Socrates and David Luiz. If Kane pitted up against Socrates, then I'm sorry, Kane, you're an Arsenal fan before, but the Socrates is gonna make you literally dread Arsenal because of that centre back.
Yeah.
So, and then obviously left back, I think Kolasinac can get away with one just today, because of how Tottenham are set up. Um, and then I would do a three in midfield, hit them up against Tottenham's because I think ours are just much better than theirs. Um, I think we need to start Torreira today. I think we need to. It's evident. I think if he looked hungry last week, he'll continue that to this week because if we know one thing about Torreira, once he's got momentum going, he cannot be stopped. So
Definitely.
Torreira and um I personally think that Guendouzi can play that centre mid role. Maybe better than Xhaka, but I think, to be honest, I know what you mean. In a game like this, because where I'm going to select Joe Willock out to be that left centre mid player because he played against Liverpool last week and did that really well. I think I wouldn't mind. I can understand where if Xhaka starts ahead in that position, but then as my front three, yeah, I would probably do. I would have Pepe, Uber, and then Laka down the middle.
Yeah.
Um, but I was thinking about this formation. Like, should we? Would it be open, the starting of 4-2-4? If we just took normal back line, but then Torreira and Xhaka as the two centre mids, and they just had Pepe and then Laka and Uber up front, and then Nelson on the left.
That would be overpowered, but I feel like
Uh,
there'll be too much open like midfield. There's also a question of which I just thought about it. Could go four back
Yeah.
with mine and play David Luiz as a DM
Maybe.
next to Terrell. But obviously Emery ain't
Maybe,
gonna do
yeah.
that. He signed him as a centre half. But
Yeah.
so obviously let's run through it again. Mine is Leno, Ainsley, Chambers, Socrates, David Luiz, Kolasinac, Torreira, Granite, Pepe, Laka, Uber. Yours is Leno, Ainsley, Socrates, David, Kolasinac,
Kolasinac.
Willock, Guendouzi, and Torreira, correct? Or did you say
Yeah.
take out Guendouzi
Yeah.
for Xhaka?
Yeah.
I can't remember. And
Yeah.
then Pepe, Laka,
Yeah.
Uber. So we've gone with pretty much the same back line, but then pretty much the same attack. So it's just the midfield
Yeah.
where we've, obviously because of formation issues, we've...
Yeah. Well, to be honest, if you want now, we can literally check because I'm pretty sure they've just released the lineup for it now. But
No, they haven't.
is that cheating? Is that cheating? Or when does the game start? I'm pretty sure it's
4:30,
isn't it?
So they'll release
Oh
it
Jesus!
at
I
3:30.
need to wait.
So that's what I'm saying. We've got like 2 hours still from when we're recording this. But yeah, there's the ones to 11s. Yeah, that's the ones to 11s. Ali, score prediction.
I'm thinking like just another high scoring match. I think we'll win. I think we'll win like. There's part of me that just says I think we'll just win like 6-2. Score
The
5 or 6 goals. Because
The thing is, it's too
I'm-
easy. It's too easy to say we're
I'm
gonna
thinking-
batter them. It's a derby.
I'm thinking, yeah, because I'm thinking now. Thinking, Pepe is gonna come up against one of the least defensive left backs in the league. Like even I can say Kolasinac is a little bit. If he had to be put back, he would do a better job than Danny Rose. But I'm just thinking, if Pepe comes up against Danny Rose, it's gonna be a slaughterhouse. I'm gonna be struggling to watch, and then just watch the blood trail from Danny Rose's feet when he's trying to catch up to Pepe.
All right, but this is the question
Anyone
though.
with Uber, Kyle Walker-Peters, he's gonna get taken.
He's not playing. Kyle Walker-Peters is injured, I think.
Oh yeah, I forget about that. Then even Aurier, I think he would. He's not that great of a right back, so it's just like.
The thing is, that's actually a question. Who's front three when they're fully fit in on the day is better? Uber, Lacko and Pepe, or Kane, Mora and Son?
No, it has to be ours. Because even Son, like, it's because I would say last year where Bellerin, literally every single North London derby, every single time that Bellerin comes up against Son, he has.
But Bellerin's not playing.
So bad, I know. But I still think that Maitland-Niles can actually still do that same job. Because he's got the athleticism. I think that's one thing that most right backs might not have.
You need to say though, it does scare you when you think about their front three. Like I think we can contain it, but Mora when he's on form, Son when he's on form, and then scumbag up front, Lisp always scores against us, no matter what.
Mm.
It is scary.
Yeah.
But
I just think that the only threat in that attack has to be Mora, because it just looks like every single time even Kane is gonna start. He's in taking.
I think Kane's just become greedy. I just think Kane's become greedy.
Salah, but
no, yeah, that's a different debate. That's a different debate. I've been saying for time. I've been saying for time to you that he doesn't like to pass to Mane, and you saw it again yesterday.
Oh my god.
And everything against Burnley.
Firmino.
But anyway, score prediction. You said what, 5 or 6-1, which
yeah,
a madness.
I wish that to happen.
I'm gonna go for. You see, I can see there being loads of goals. I know they're gonna score. I know we're not gonna keep a clean sheet.
Although it would be good if we could.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Last game, because obviously last time when we came up against them, VAR would have been that match. We would have kept a clean sheet and won 2-0.
But I'm gonna say. Oh yeah, by the way, for Tongan, if you are playing, mate, a nice little handball in the first minute would be nice again. No, but man thinks he's playing volleyball. No. You see, my head, my heart's telling me like 5-2 or something, but then my head's telling me it's gonna be tighter than what it is. Like my heart's telling me we're gonna batter, but then my head's telling me
maybe
that it's
like
gonna be like 3-1,
like a
3-2,
yeah, just like a
something like that.
Just like a flimsy score.
Just 2-2, 90th minute, Pepe steps up and just curls one. You know the shot he had against Liverpool when he was like 40 yards out and it almost curled in, but this time it goes in.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm going to go for a 3-2, you're going for a 6-1.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that is the end of this episode. Obviously, it'll be in a few hours' time. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Leave us your comments below of what you think the result will be. Hello, Loki. Hope you bring us the good luck today. But yeah, Ali, thank you as usual for joining me.
It's always been a pleasure.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys next time. So yeah, don't forget, if you're new around here, don't forget the like, comment, and most probably hit that subscribe button. And yeah, see you guys around. And peace.
Peace.